The mutation of our consciousness. Now take a look at what happened to us in just a few pages of the introduction to this book. Starting with some ordinary and harmless concept of the quantum physics, all of a sudden we find ourselves in the thicket of the spiritual issues. This surprising development is a shocking experience to many. It implies the congruence of the physical, the spiritual, and the mental that is difficult to accept for the average. For the average Western mind. In fact, it is acceptance amounts to the change of the mind that is so fundamental that it can be considered a mutation of human consciousness, as though the evolution of the life was taking a leap into new human species. Such mutations have happened before. In the last century, philosopher Jean Jebuser has described how the human consciousness has gone through a number of mutations in our history, evolving from an archaic structure to the magic, mythical, and mental structures. At the present time, he believed we are undergoing another mutation, that is, a change of our consciousness to an integrative structure. The integrative structure is characterized by the fact that it can reconcile seemingly incompatible view of the world, such as spiritual and rational and logical and mystical. Pierre Teilhard de Chardin, a French Jesuit priest and paleontologist who lived in the first half of the 20th century, anticipated a similar process, like the meridians as they approach the poles. He wrote, "Science, philosophy, and religions are bound to converge as they draw nearer the whole." Teilhard was an inspired man. Since his vision didn't agree with the official dogma of the church, he was forbidden to write in the public about it. The persecution has always been the fate of an innovator in Western history. Socrates was poisoned. Descartes had to flee from France and hide in Holland. Galileo was imprisoned in his house. Hundreds of thousands of people were burned at the stake to erase their ideas. The ruler of the Prussia threatened to dismiss Kant from his teaching position. Teilhard was sent into exile, first to China and then to New York. At the other end of the spectrum, the scientists of his time had, at best, pitying the smile for his theories. My heart reaches out to this man who had to live with his life in this solitude and isolation. Suppressing a person's potentials in this way is the most hideous crime. I think with the sadness of his tragic life, and I admire his courage and the beauty of his insights. Meister Eckhart was a medieval monk and mystic. He, too, was accused of the heresy and put to the trial, but the merciful God allowed him to die from stress rather than the fire before the end of the trial. Come on, please don't be blind, Mr. Lothar. In what is now called his 53rd sermon, he writes of God. God is an unspoken word. God is a word that speaks itself. What I hope for this book is that the unspoken will speak to you, thoughts, its words. If you think about it, you are an unspoken word, but a word that only you can speak. This is your potential. With this, our task has been mapped out for us. to first understand the nature of the reality as it is revealed to us through the quantum physics, and then to explore what that tells us about how we should live. Right now, you may have more questions than answers, but in the following chapters, we will unfold the relevant aspects of the quantum physics in an easily understandable way. If this is the first time that you've heard about them, chances are that the wonder of the quantum world will change your view of the life and give it a new meaning. They will certainly give you a new understanding of the infinite potential in you. Please be careful.